Welcome back to the Business Book Club.
Great to be here. And today, well, we've got one of the really essential texts in business history, I think,
Oh, absolutely. We're diving into Sam Walton, Made in America, My Story.
which he co-authored with John Huey, yeah.
It's fascinating because when you think Walmart now, you think massive scale, right? Just enormous.
Gigantic.
But the
Yeah.
book really shows how it was built on principles that, well, they felt pretty small-time, almost anti-corporate back then.
That's exactly it. Walton himself said his reason for sharing the story was to prove there's absolutely no limit to what plain, ordinary working people can accomplish.
It wasn't about fancy degrees or complex theories initially.
No, not at all. It
No.
was about relentless hard work, sticking to traditional values, and importantly, being willing to question, well, everything.
So our mission for this deep dive is to really cut through the history, pull out those core strategies.
Yeah, what were the non-negotiables? The principles that let him turn one little variety store into, well, into Walmart.
Let's try and unlock that blueprint for you.
Okay, so the absolute foundation, you could say the DNA of the company, was this intense commitment to cost consciousness, frugality, basically.
And this wasn't just a good idea, was it? It sounds like it came straight from his upbringing, a core belief.
Totally. He drilled it into everyone. Every time Walmart spends $1 foolishly, it comes right out of our customers' pockets. It was almost a moral thing.
And they lived it. I mean, the stories are legendary. Executives traveling.
Oh, yeah. Even when the company was huge, making serious money, they'd often be two to a room in places like Holiday Inns, Ramada Inns, basic stuff.
And the corporate jet story is maybe the best example of that discipline.
It really is. Walmart didn't buy its first corporate jet until they were nearing, what, $40 billion in sales?
Unbelievable. Competitors had them decades earlier.
Right. It just set the tone, didn't it? If Sam Walton's flying coach or driving himself, nobody else gets to waste money on, status symbols.
So that saving every penny culture became their edge. But frugality isn't enough on its own, right? You need drive.
And Walton had that in spades. An absolute obsession with winning. You see it right from his childhood.
Like becoming the youngest Eagle Scout in Missouri.
Yeah, apparently by winning a bet. It's kind of perfect, isn't it? Set a big goal, figure out how to beat everyone else.
And he was a quarterback too, right? Undefeated state champs in high school.
That's right. He said that experience taught him to expect to win. He definitely saw retail as a competition.
He even learned efficiency from the top, like from James Cash Penney himself.
Yeah, the story about wrapping packages using minimal paper, minimal twine, every little detail mattered for cost control, even back then at JCPenney.
Okay, so that kind of sets the scene for his first big test, that store in Newport, Arkansas.
Right, the Ben Franklin Variety Store, which, in his own words, was a real dog.
High rent, tough competitor, right across the street doing double the business.
Exactly. The rent was eating up 5% of sales, which is huge. But instead of getting discouraged,
He turned it into a learning opportunity.
he basically went to school on his competitor, constantly studying their prices, their displays. He believed you can learn from everybody. Relentless comparison.
And he got creative to pull people in. Popcorn machines, ice cream.
Right out on the sidewalk.
Yeah.
Yeah, making a bit of a spectacle to draw crowds. He wasn't passive.
And it's during this time he has that huge aha moment, the one that really changes everything.
The discounting revelation. And it all started with ladies' panties.
The most unlikely disruptor item.
Right. So he found he could buy them direct for $2 a dozen, much cheaper than through the franchise.
Okay.
Now, the standard practice was sell them 3 pairs for $1. Good margin.
But Sam thought differently.
He went with 4 pairs for $1. Lower
Mhm.
margin per sale, sure. But here's the insight.
Volume.
Exactly. Selling a ton of stuff at a thin profit made way more total profit than selling less at a high markup. It was all about turnover.
Seems obvious now, but why did the Ben Franklin franchisor push back so hard?
Well, it just went against everything they knew. Deep discounting felt like it cheapened the brand, signaled low quality. They liked the safety of high margins.
Walton saw it differently.
Yeah.
Value and volume.
He saw the future, yeah. Customers would choose value, scale would reward efficiency.
So when they rejected his idea, he knew he had to go it alone.
And that leads to Walmart number 1, Rogers, Arkansas, 1962.
With the core promises right there on the sign from day one.
Yep, we sell for less and satisfaction guaranteed. Non-negotiable. Locked in.
But maybe the real genius early on was where they put these stores, not the big cities.
Right. While Kmart and the others were battling it out in major metro areas, Walton deliberately decided to swim upstream, as he put it.
targeting small, rural towns, places the big guys were ignoring.
Populations under 50,000, often. It was brilliant because they could dominate those markets without a fight, build a loyal base.
And the distribution strategy supported this perfectly. The fill-in model. Can you walk us through that?
Sure, it was pure logistical efficiency. They'd build a big distribution center, company-owned.
Okay.
Then they'd just pepper the area around it with stores, everything, within about a day's drive, say 350 miles. Saturate the territory.
Before building the next warehouse somewhere else and repeating.
Exactly. Think about the savings. Lower transport costs, faster restocking, plus advertising was cheaper because your customers were all clustered.
And even finding the land was classic Sam Walton. The flying his own plane story.
Oh yeah, that's peak Walton.
Okay.
Flying low over towns himself, scouting locations, checking traffic.
And sometimes just landing and making a deal on the spot.
Apparently so. Just walk up and start negotiating.
Yeah.
It shows that mix of, thrift, speed, and incredibly personal involvement.
That hands-on approach is amazing.
Yeah.
But scaling requires more than just efficiency, right? It needs people. Which brings us to how he built that operational muscle through partnership.
Right. And this is where you see a really interesting shift. Despite being known for being tight with money, especially early on payroll,
He realized he needed his employees fully engaged.
he had this key realization, almost a paradox. The more you share profits with your associates, the more profit will accrue to the company.
Makes sense. Treat your team well.
They treat the customers well, customers come back, profits go up. It's a virtuous cycle.
And this was pretty radical for retail back then. Profit sharing started when?
1971, and that's around when they started calling employees associates. He actually borrowed that term from an English retailer he admired.
The language matters. Signals partnership.
Definitely. And central to that partnership was this idea of open book management, sharing the numbers.
Which was really radical, showing financials to everyone.
Yeah, store profits, sales, purchases, and maybe most importantly, markdowns, shown to every associate, even part-timers. They called it the store within a store concept.
Why were the markdowns so crucial to share?
Because markdowns basically mean something went wrong, bad buying, overstocking, damage.
Right. Lost money.
So by showing the hourly folks exactly how much was being lost on clearance items in their department, it made them feel responsible. It turned them into real merchants, as Walton said. They started thinking about waste, smarter buying, owning their little piece of the business.
So you've got efficiency, you've got this partnership idea. How did he keep the energy up across such a huge spread out company? The culture must have been key.
Oh, absolutely. And the linchpin of that culture was the famous, maybe infamous, Saturday morning meeting.
Mandatory 7:30 a.m. meeting every Saturday for executives. Sounds rough.
It was demanding. People flew in from all over, but it was this deliberate mix of serious business, really digging into what went wrong that week, which stores were struggling, and then...
The fun stuff, the cheers, the bets.
Yeah, exactly. Getting executives to do the Razorback cheer, pay off silly bets, sing songs. It was managed fun, designed to keep egos in check, break down hierarchy, and keep things moving.
And focused on action, right? No delays.
Absolutely. Walton's rule was, we never leave an item hanging. Problems identified that week. Decisions made in the meeting. Implemented by that Saturday. No committees, just speed.
That obsession with speed and efficiency then leads to the big tech investments, which seems almost contradictory to the frugality elsewhere, like the satellite system. How did that get approved?
Well, Walton fought unnecessary costs, but he understood strategic investment. That $24 million satellite network in 1983 wasn't a luxury.
It was a weapon.
It was a competitive weapon, exactly. Real-time data, instant communication across thousands of stores, credit card authorizations in seconds. It gave them a massive edge.
Nobody else had that kind of connectivity back then.
Not even close. And it directly fed their logistics advantage, those company-owned distribution centers, massive operation.
Now, over 18 million square feet, I've read somewhere.
Incredible. They could replenish stores in about 2 days, much faster than competitors. And cheaper. The distribution costs were under 3% of sales.
While competitors were at 4.5%, 5%?
Something like that. That difference, that 1.52% gap, that's pure profit margin or pricing power. It let them live up to, we sell for less sustainably.
It's just amazing when you break it down. Simple principles, counterintuitive moves, married with cutting-edge tech.
A unique combination for sure.
So for everyone listening today, whether you're running a business or leading a team, let's boil this down. What are the really actionable lessons from the Walmart story?
Okay, first, it's not just be cheap. It's control expenses relentlessly until that becomes a competitive weapon. That discipline fuels everything else.
Right.
Second, exceed customer expectations. That satisfaction guaranteed promise paired with low prices builds fierce loyalty. Give people what they want, maybe a little extra, without breaking the bank.
Third takeaway.
Listen to your front lines. Your people in the stores and the warehouses driving the trucks, they know what's really going on. Find ways like those Saturday meetings, however chaotic, to get that information flowing upwards, fast.
Makes sense. Fourth.
Push responsibility and information down. Share the numbers, share the authority. Turn your employees into partners, into merchants. Trust them with the data.
And finally.
Maintain a bias toward action. And question everything. Don't be afraid to swim upstream. Whether that's targeting overlooked markets, trying radical pricing, or demanding quick decisions, don't just copy the competition.
So the big picture here, the ultimate lesson maybe, is that huge success isn't just about having the slickest systems.
No, it's about marrying that radical efficiency, the satellites, the logistics, with a really deep personal commitment to motivating people.
Getting ordinary people to do extraordinary things, as Walton put it, by treating them like owners.
And it leaves you with a powerful question, doesn't it? Are you optimizing your business purely for efficiency on paper, or are you genuinely building a system that empowers your people and leverages that efficiency? Walton proved you need both.
A fantastic point to end on. That wraps up our deep dive into a true retail legend and the blueprint he left behind.
Hope you found that useful.
If you enjoy digging into these core business ideas, definitely subscribe to the Business Book Club. We do this every time, cutting through the noise to find the actionable insights. We'll see you next time. Now, that's a wrap for this episode of the Business Book Club. If you enjoyed the ride, make sure to subscribe so you'll never miss our next deep dive. Got a favorite business book you'd love us to explore? Let us know. We're always up for a good read. And hey, don't keep all these insights to yourself. Share this episode with a fellow book lover or your work buddy who's always looking to level up. Until next time, keep learning, keep growing, and we'll see you in the next episode.